Four of the 6 East African heads of state host President Yoweri Museveni, Kenya's Uhuru Kenyatta, Tanzania's John Pombe Magufuli and South Sudan's Salva Kiir Mayardit gathered in Kampala to fast-track the progress of key priority projects of the East African region. At the third summit in Nairobi in 2014, the leaders earmarked rail, water, road and air as the key priority projects. There's been progress made in some of the projects. Kenya completed the first phase of the standard gauge railway, Mombasa-Nairobi route, while Uganda is at the implementation stage. However, the leaders contend that for any activity to commence, there must be ease of doing business amongst the member states.
Here in Uganda, I am insisting that the cost per unit must not go above 8 cents, American cents. Even that is a bit high. But if we can get the cost of electricity at 8 cents or less, then what I've told these Ugandans is that for manufacturing, they must access electricity at 5 cents. Then for the discos and night dancers, those ones, they can pay 9 cents. I was Wajir now.
One of the challenges the leaders noted was the amount of money required for these projects to be implemented.
We're talking about 78 billion US dollars. We must be honest and frank with each other. These are resources that are well outside our current state's capacity to mobilize such resources while still providing services, security, education, health, and others. So without a doubt, as Ali told us here, we must start looking at more innovative ways to finance our infrastructure.
It's a win-win situation whereby private sector gets share, but also government is protected from this high-cost financing. And therefore, both combined, we can have government investment, can have private sector investment, and therefore combined, we can have accelerated development and the transformation that we want.
The Director of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, Kenya's Mukisa Kitui, opines that a lot remains on paper.
Today, tariff barriers are virtually non-existent for this region. But it's a reality that goods and services are not moving freely in East Africa, in spite of the written word, to which you have pledged with signatures. And that means a lot of attention has to be given to non-tariff measures, which are still slowing down, inhibiting, even reversing the gains you've made.
President Yoweri Museveni spoke of a need to lower costs on rail, electricity and functional ICT in the region.
Because now that high cost of internet is stopping our children doing what they call BPO, business processes outsourcing, where our children can be here in Kampala, do audit work for the Americans, and then send the work over the internet. Now, if the internet cost is high because of PPP, because of...
Kwa hiyo tafiti zinaonyesha kuwa kama nchi zetu zitaweza kufanya vizuri na kukusanya vizuri mapato yake, na mapato yale yakatumika vizuri, tunaweza tukasolve baadhi ya matatizo.
As a new dawn of the fourth industrial revolution takes shape across the globe, Dr. Mukisa says East Africa must focus on this. Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda and South Sudan were the first countries in the world to lift roaming charges, with Burundi and Tanzania expected to implement the policy in December. This is the first time member states are meeting over health funding. The members hope to attain universal health coverage in the region by 2030, in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. Tomorrow, the heads of state will converge for the 19th Ordinary Summit, where they, among other things, will discuss the political integration and prospects of admitting Somalia into the region.
Hearing the leaders speak, one gets a sense of a dedicated and committed political leadership here. However, observers of this region say that as long as these are not moved away from just talking points to action, it will just remain that, an East African dream. Shidan Wuchre, NTV, Speak Resort, Munyonyo.